You're here. Sorry, I was just about to send someone to inform you. I only just finished interrogating the suspects.
What did you find out?
Well, lots of unexpected details, let's put it. The mercs themselves were surprisingly easy to catch. We just had someone dress up as... But then it starts to get messy. During the interrogation, we learned that they were hired by Sachin.
What? Why would someone want to kidnap their own father? What's up with that?
It's anybody's guess at this point. In any event, apparently the guys we caught are just... We're diverting manpower as we speak to try and round them all up.
Sure, let's go get to the bottom of all this.
Boring!
Are you sure this is the right place? Something feels off.
I'm positive.
Boss, we got more company.
Look, we were just doing what we were paid to do. You're punishing the wrong people here. You want the real culprit? It's this guy. He hired us to kidnap Sachin.
What happened? Who beat you all up?
Wait, you mean you aren't with them?
With who? Who did this?
First there was this flying brat. Didn't bother asking any questions, just started throwing punches. After that, some guy wearing green...
I've got the confirmation I needed. This is the one who masterminded this whole... If you have any questions for him, now's your chance to ask them.
So why did you hire people to kidnap Sachin?
What do you think? 20 years ago, he upped and left. As if that's not bad enough already, he wouldn't put his entire fortune in the care of the... That's my inheritance. Of course! Didn't he say he would be here somewhere? So, I figured I'd get some people to nab him. Then I make him change the contract. And if the academia doesn't agree... No. The old fart knows how to stay hid. I already thought he'd gone diadem of knowledge. Well, I can tell you that it's very expensive. Weird things started happening. Also, before donating it, something was already seriously wrong with...
What do you mean, something wrong?
I only have a vague memory of it. Since I was very young, when he finally did return, he was a changed person. I asked if I could see what he'd written, but he chased me out of the room. Part of me wonders whether he'd already stopped being my father by that point.
Okay,
You can believe me or not. Doesn't matter to me. I told you all I know. But if you do see Sachin, whatever it is that he's researching out there, he'll always be...
You finished? In that case, come with us. Well, we finally caught the guy behind all this. Do you still have any lingering concerns?
Yeah! Al-Haytham's notes do mention...
Scribe Al-Haytham looked into this matter. Understood. Well, if you believe there to be an issue with the diadem, I'd suggest contact...
That makes sense. Okay then, let's get... Karina!
You're finally back. Where have you been? I looked everywhere for...
We were out capturing some bad guys who wanted to kidnap Sachin. But that's not important right now.
The diadem? That seems unlikely. The diadem of knowledge has been used in every extravaganza. This is... Okay, here's the situation. In the third round, contestants have to go into... Considering how close the scores are between our... As such, I suspect I'll mark the diadem's location for you. Please head there and...
All right, That's weird. The locator stopped working.
Boring!
Did someone already take it? Well, we might as well head back and see if anyone's turned it in.
Oh, looks like Layla has seized the diadem. But getting to the goal won't be easy.
That guy enters the fray.
Horizon's device has gone haywire.
The competition is heating up. Oh. And here's Kaveh bringing up the rear.
It's Kaveh's toolbox! Throwing the diadem to its owner!
Yes, that's right. Put the diadem in place, and you shall gain all you desire.
Who are you? I need you to get out of my head!
I am confident that you will not disappoint me.
What just happened to me?
Something's wrong.
At long last, come, Kaveh. Come to me, my child.
How do you know my name?
I am Sachin. Well, to be precise, I am but a fragment of Sachin's mind. Fate is a curious thing. Seeing you reminds me of another I once met. But you are made of sterner stuff than he, more cognizant of the trials and tribulations of this world. It is you who are worthy to inherit all that I once owned. We meet for the first time, children. But what I mean to say now is of utmost importance. So please, pay attention and bear witness. You have all performed outstandingly in this Interdashon Championship. The Academia has many rare talents among its ranks, and you are the creme of the creme. But if I were to choose a successor, I would choose you, Kaveh. Not only because you were victorious, but also due to our similarities in character.
Me?
Why, yes. Both of us have the misfortune to be idealists, and that is the source of our misery. 28 years ago, I came to the desert and lived there for 8 full years. What do you think? Conflict over water sources, robbing of the things I witnessed there tormented me greatly.
So...
As a Vahumana scholar, I tried to use Vahu. I researched history and anthropology, but in the end, I found that the answer I sought, it was not possible to simply assign blame for these transgressions. The aim of my research was to draw lessons from history. But what I discovered was that history, after this realization,
I could no longer see the meaning in anything that I had ever learned. But before I went through with it, a strange twist of fate led me to come into the possession of this diadem.
As I thought. The contract you signed with the Academia was in essence your... But if you'd given up hope on this world, why did you feel the need to do this?
I mentioned that I had performed a great many experiments concerning... The Academia has no shortage of genius.
I see. So you desired a successor who was not only a genius...
Huh?
But did you ever consider that wealth numbs the human heart to the pain in the world? Even an idealist...
You are highly intelligent. Whether my successor suffers as a consequence of my research, I grieve the fundamental sickness of the world. And this, Khaenri'ah, my dear child.
You're absolutely certain that...
I have faith in what I see in you. Now wear the diadem, Khaenri'ah, and complete the journey that... Will the verdict I reached cause you suffering? Or will this newfound wealth numb your heart? I look forward to your answer. All of my research materials are being stored at our...
I've heard enough! My life's enough of a mess already. The last thing I need is more suffering. Keep your Mora. I don't need it. Didn't you say that you saw a lot of people in pain? Well, if that's the case, then your wealth can go to them.
Khaenri'ah.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Thanks, Tighnari. Don't worry.
Don't push yourself too hard.
Khaenri'ah.
Khaenri'ah may have broken the diadem, but he successfully completed the task prior. According to the rules, this makes him the victor of round 3. Points-wise, this also, as the champion and Sachin's personally designated successor, for the avoidance of doubt, can you confirm that it is your intention to donate all of...
Like I said, he thought that the world is a bad place. Well then, let's use what he... Rejecting the world will achieve nothing. He and I... we're...
All right. As the scribe, the sages will contact you in person for details on how it...
That sounds fine. I don't know if his research findings were right, nor would I know. But what I do know is that by ending this here, we won't be the last. There will be more championships to come, and Sachin's words can only cause pain. But not anymore. We're all scholars here. I know full well that shutting down his views like this is autocratic and arrogant. Fine by me. It's the least I can do. And, well, it's the only thing I can do.
Well said. What you've expressed is a sense of justice and idealism that many aspire to, but few dare follow through with. I say this despite the fact that, in my view, it's quite ridiculous. You have long been aware of what your flaws are, but your pride alone prevents you from admitting it. Nevertheless, your perspective is well suited to appearing in a victory speech. Contestant Khaenri'ah, on behalf of the organizing committee, it is my honor to congratulate you on your victory.
What? Please. I don't need your insincere praise. Anyway, this isn't the time or place for debates. Keep your commentary focused on the competition, not my views.
Congratulations, Khaenri'ah. Also, you'll need to prepare for the award ceremony.
Looks like the ceremony will be held at the main venue. Let's head over and check it out!
Thank you all for your excellent performance. And that brings this year's Interdarshan champion... Finally, it gives me great pleasure to invite... Typically at this point, we would crown our champion with the diadem as... However, we have just received word that
So much, Mora.
Kave's generosity will give many struggling families the chance to change. Of course, without the diadem and prize money to present, this makes the award ceremony a little more concise than expected. Would you like to...
I'm not entirely sure what I should say under these circumstances. I'm glad to have won, even as for why I want to give the Mora away, I don't support Sachin's views, and I don't want to take his Mora. Anyway, this isn't really the time and place.
Oh, Kave, just one moment. While this is a short and sweet award ceremony, we do still have a prize to present you with. Please take this limited edition Genius Invocation. Additionally, your champion status will be logged in.
All right, I'll take the card.
In that case, I declare the award ceremony over. Let's give our...
I still don't really get it. The sum of Mora would...
That just means you're not strange enough to understand the way that geniuses think.
Glad that's over. I think I'm quite good at giving speeches, but...
Do you mean that you're still exhausted from the competition?
I suppose... Oh, wait.
So you're gonna give it to him? But if it's a rare one, you should be able...
Why would I do that? It's of no use to me whatsoever. I may as well just give it to him. Could you...
Whoa, whoa! This is a super big deal!
Huh? But I was gonna rest for a while longer. Hey, stop pulling my hair!
Hey! What you looking at?
I'm still thinking about the Sachin issue.
Well, they gave me this limited edition Genius Invocation.
But it's a limited edition.
What else would I do with...
But it's limited edition. Kave, are you in trouble? You don't have to do all this.
Oh, that's not what I meant at all. Yes, I have all sorts of problems, but that has absolutely nothing to do with this card. I'll figure my own issues out by myself.
All right. In that case, I accept your generosity. But now that I realize that you have no concept of its value, I cannot How about this? I shall buy it from you at a fair price. Namely, the price that the previous limited edition card sold for.
Oh, come on. It's just one card. How much could it really be worth?
1 million more at the very least.
How much?
1 million more?
If you feel that's too low, I can go a little high.
1 million Mora for a card? But you already have a whole bunch of these, shiny ones, don't you? I saw...
Not every card is this valuable, and some cards are exquisitely designed, but not rare.
Huh. Well, I guess they must pay you plenty to be General Mahamatra if you're splashing out on things... But really, it's fine. I'd feel bad taking Mora from a friend.
Don't feel bad. I save a lot. I can spare the Mora for this card.
You don't spend all your savings on your hobbies, do you? You should watch that, you know. You definitely don't want to end up borrowing money in a moment of impulsivity.
Sounds like you're speaking from personal experience. I guess you've been through a lot?
I don't want to talk about it.
In that case, maybe you're the one who should be listening to your advice. In any case, I, Sino, will take this precious card, and it shall join the deck of destiny.
All right, if you insist.
Well, this is what they call... Paimon wonders how the other contestants are doing.
I'm telling you, you can't go wrong taking advice from me on what to wear.
Really? Well, then, sure, Madame Farazan. Maybe you could pick out a few fashionable outfits for us.
Farazan! Nilu! Even Dia and Candace are here!
Candace and I bumped into these two while we were strolling through the streets. Madame Farazan here is pretty friendly. When she heard that we were buying clothes, she decided to get...
I don't really see anything I'm familiar with.
Never mind. Let's go with the plain fabric as our base. And embroider red and pink flowers on. Oh, and some green leaves.
Oh, wait a sec. You sure that's the latest style? That sounds a lot like what the older folks back home would wear.
Don't worry. This style is a time.
No thanks. This is actually
Wait. Madame Farzan's right. That style is a classic and used to be mainstream fashion. But these days, there's some other options. If you don't mind, how about I pick some clothes out for everyone? It's not often that we get to meet up, especially since Candace rarely makes it to Sumeru City. Also, I know a few places where I can get a great bargain.
Sure. I'm happy to leave it to you.
I'll come with you to have a look. One always has to keep on top of what the youth of today are into.
Madame Farzan? Come quick! She's over here!
Who are you?
We're new in the academia. We saw all the amazing things you did.
Of course I do.
That's great! We can't wait. What's your...
I'm from Haravatat.
Huh? But you seem like an expert in machines. Wait, sorry. I remember now. You were Oh, their classes are so boring, though. I'm sorry, ma'am. Let me know if you run any other classes in the future. I'll be there.
I knew it. What about you? Aren't you going to leave with your friend?
I think you're amazing, Madame Farzan. And I'd like to learn. I can take the class you're teaching as an option, even though cross-star...
I see. You're a good egg, child. Don't worry. Study under me, and I promise you, you will get the best teacher.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Well, I won't disturb you any further. See you in class.
I don't quite understand what happened there, but congratulations, I think.
Traveler, Paimon, would you
Sorry, we can't. We've got a meal with Kave later, and we have to check in with all the other contestants before then. Oh, by the way, have any of you seen...
I don't know where Hakai went. We just saw Layla not too long, but she was hanging out with some other Ratahoa students.
Ratahoa students? They must be the ones... Oh, she didn't end up winning.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh, stop it. If you're going to beat yourself up after doing as well as you did, how bad does that make us look?
I didn't see the whole thing, but you were the only contestant who scored, and I heard that you actually found the diadem first and
I just got lucky, I think.
That can't be true. You had some really stiff competition out there. The renowned Tainari, getting points off them is a huge achievement. The way I see it, people aren't exaggerating one...
Aw, thanks a lot. But I really don't think I qualify as a genius. In the second round, for instance...
Ah, come on, don't be so hard on yourself. We've decided let's go. Cheer up, Layla.
Looks like things are going well for Layla. We haven't seen Hakai.
What a relief.
Are you sure you have enough to cover this? Don't
Don't worry. I budgeted very carefully, and this is well within my means. Anyway, I've lost count of how many times you've treated me. It's high time. Oh, Traveler, Paimon, over here.
Ooh, look at all this. Good food.
I heard that you went to see the other contestants. How's everyone doing?
Farzan found herself a student.
Alhaitham's gone missing in action, too. Huh. The one time I'm actually in a... That guy. What the heck? Well, whatever.
You shocked me a little when you hurled the diadem to the ground. On further...
Sachin's voice started talking to me inside my head from the moment I picked it up. I could feel he bombarded me with his ideas. Like I was saying at the time, his views are not necessarily completely without value.
If his forbidden research were to spread in a harmful form...
I think you did the right thing. I suppose another way to approach it would have been to claim... I won't comment on his theories or experiments, but I don't believe that he was careless in his choice of candidate.
Perhaps. I just think that if you accept someone else's...
That's a good thing. It means that you have integrity.
Thank you, oh my god, thank you. It's a good thing Al-Haytham isn't here right now. He'd be quick to explain why you're wrong.
Seems like you always include him in the conversation, even when he...
Yep. No dinner with Kaveh is complete without a...
I sense that Al-Haytham has...
He's here? Where? What?
He lives rent-free in each of us.
Oh, that was horrifying. It literally sent...
Good thing you didn't say that before we started eating. That would...
All right, enough about Al-Haytham. Tighnari.
I did. In the first round, in fact. Word of mouth proved very effective. I spoke to a handful of people. Oh, are you free next month? You should come along.
About what? I don't know the first thing about anything Amorta-related.
Just play to your strengths. For instance, you...
Oh, well, that's no problem. Sure, I'll make time. Has everyone had enough to eat? I can order more if anyone...
I'm full. Paimon's super full, too. If only we could...
Yeah, we should do this more often. Work will always...
Sounds good. We should pick a...
There are other good places around here, too?
Kaveh, do you have plans after this?
I was thinking of maybe going to the academia for some alone time. Nothing set in stone, though. Why do you ask? This was some pretty successful ordering today. Not a dish wasted. Oh, I almost forgot. I should order a couple of extra things to take back home.
With this limited edition card in my deck, I have reached peak connection with my cards. This is my most worthwhile purchase in quite some time.
It's been so nice not having to study these last few days. I
not
hope I don't
drunk.
fall behind.
Not yet.
Wait.
I wonder when Kaveh will be able to pay off his debts. I wish him the best of luck.
It looks like this Inter-Darshan Championships of... All that stuff with Sachin and the diadem got sorted too. Oh, right. Yeah, Sachin said that he placed his research... It might be dangerous if someone finds it. Holy smokes, you're right. All right, then.
Didn't expect to run into you here.
Oh, hey, them. What are you doing? And...
Sachin's notes? Yes, I came across his profile while I was organizing some documents and became interested in his research. If it wasn't for that, I never would have agreed to being a commentator. I had a hunch after seeing the fragment of his mind, and sure...
Wait! Are you alright? How do you feel?
I think you may have misunderstood something. The reason Sachin chose that architect to inherit his research was that only he could really empathize with both the calamity and the humanity that these notes seek to convey. Only one who resonates with these sentiments would suffer and begin to think of history as bleak, the present as perplexing, and the future. Empathy is a double-edged sword. Clearly, I am not the... Empaths have many friends, and their wide social circle comes with certain...
Why is that?
All important things in life involve other people. As such, it's extremely difficult to live a life that, if you really want to achieve your goals, you have to be prepared to make enemies along the way, and that reality...
So, what are your thoughts?
As a scholar, Sachin was, without a doubt, he laid the blame for the darkness in the world squarely on humanity, experimented extensively with.
So, people are bad? And things can only ever get worse?
That is not a question for me to answer. Someone else will arrive shortly. You can ask them, and all I will say is that the world is not built on correctness alone. Sometimes, lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can. By their own choice, the idealist seeks to bring happiness to all while denying themselves the same. Thus, they shall never reach even the borders of truth until they. I've never been able to agree with certain philosophies. Even Sachin himself struggled to comprehend the notion of sacrificing oneself for the group. But sadly, all viewpoints will find their supporters, and the way we see the world largely decides. All right then, I got what I came for.
Wait, so you came here just to read this stuff? You missed out on a big get-together, you know.
Get-together?
Guess what? Kaveh treated everyone this.
Then I'm sure he packed up the leftovers for me. See ya.
And there he goes. Well, it seems like he really wasn't affected by this research. He said that someone else would answer our questions. Who do you think that'll be? Traveler, Paimon, you're already here. Nahida! Oh, and that guy. Wait, so you asked him to take part in the championship? Yes, it was me. Are you surprised? Did you know that there was something wrong with the diadem from the start? And if so, what? Because Sachin's research is not mistaken. He spent his entire life researching this topic, and these are the crystallization of his wisdom. Yes, I was worried that the material might cause some disruption, but so instead, I had Hat Guy.
Seriously? I think you can stop calling me that now.
Why? Don't you like it? Well, anyway, if Sachin's chosen successor hadn't been able to handle his research, or if—
And after all that, the person Sachin chose turned his—
I was also hoping that this could be an opportunity for you to learn how to interact with people normally. But it looks like that didn't work out.
That wasn't necessary. I'm still paying you back for your help. And the last thing I need is—
Nahida, what did you mean by Sachin's research is not mistaken? Put it this way instead. Truth to me is like a shroom boar. Some people only see the mushroom on the shroom boar's back, and they conclude that the shroom boar is a mushroom. Others see only the shroom boar's body, and they declare that the shroom boar is a boar. Still others look deeper inside, and determine that the shroom boar is meat. These conclusions are all correct in their own way, but none of them objectively describe the shroom boar. Paimon kinda gets it. The world is the same way. No one, not even I included, can understand it in its entirety. Within the confines of our limited knowledge, some may In truth, the most important thing is ultimately, my duty as the god of wisdom is to guide every form of wisdom.
That was a long speech. So what are you actually—
Because Kaveh, as the successor of this research, does not wish to see these ideas disseminate. But even though Sachin's research could be considered negative wisdom, it is still a building block of the truth. If someone wishes to follow in his footsteps in the future, I will not stop. I also look forward to the day that a member of the Vahumana Darshan can not only comprehend his theories, but also find a way out from the despair.
Vahumana doesn't have that kind of talent. Wait, you're not intending to keep me in Vahumana? I don't remember signing up to become a scholar. Don't you think I'm useful enough to you as a prisoner?
Oh boy, here we go. You think so? Well, to that, I would say that in Sumeru, even prisoners have a right to an education. I hope that your studies in Vahumana will help you deal with your own fate, and learn how best to settle old— I will review your final thesis myself. I'm expecting great things from you, Mr. Hat Guy.
Where were you while the rest of us were eating together?
I don't recall being obligated to report my whereabouts to you.
Did you go find another hidey hole to read in? You need to change your ways, you know.
Surviving on meals paid for by you would...
You? Whatever. It doesn't take a genius to guess what you've been up to. You were investigating Sachin, weren't you? His way of doing things is disturbing, while you... Well, to be fair, your philosophy disgusts me too.
My personal interests aside, Sachin's legacy also... Thanks for the compliment. But I'm actually just passing through. I didn't...
What do you mean? What topic of conversation could be more...
Well, based on what I've learned, Sachin and his disturbing way of doing things, as you put it, is very likely to have met...
What did you say? Wait, so... So that's why he thought I looked familiar. My father...
I'm afraid so.
Good thing I shattered that diadem. From now on...
The boundaries of knowledge are ever expanding. Someone else will inevitably pick up...
Oh, not this again. Even if you're right and people are bound to fall into the... You have to admit that the actions of one individual don't always...
And so is the one who stopped him. You said it yourself. The actions of one individual cannot predict the
Even so...
That's fine. We've been arguing over this for years, and I don't hold any hope of you on...
Thanks for letting me know, I said, thanks for letting me know. Hey! Stop acting like...
They say that earnest thanks should be given thrice, so... One more time, please.